Over 60? Eat these 3 cheeses every day, or your muscles will keep shrinking. Cheese. Most people hear that word and immediately think, too much fat, too much salt, bad for your heart. It's the food many doctors and diet gurus have told you to avoid. But here's the twist. What if the very thing we've been told to fear could actually become the secret weapon for protecting your muscles after 60? Now, some of you might be nodding in agreement because you've heard cheese has protein. Others might be skeptical, thinking, no way, cheese is comfort food, not health food. Well, both perspectives are partly true, but the full story is far more fascinating than you might imagine. Because research shows that certain types of cheese are not just harmless. They may actually be one of the simplest, most powerful tools to fight back against sarcopenia, the silent loss of muscle that robs millions of older adults of their strength, balance, and independence. And before we dive into those details, let me pause for just a moment. If you find value in learning how to age stronger and healthier, please don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with a friend or family member, and subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to keep creating videos that can truly make a difference in your life. Now here's why you should stay with me until the very end. I'm going to reveal the 3 cheeses that international experts are quietly recommending to seniors over 60. Each one has unique nutrients that can help restore your strength, protect your balance, and even rebuild muscle you thought was gone forever. And trust me, cheese number 1 is the last thing you'd expect, but it just might change the way you look at your fridge forever. So grab a seat, stay tuned, and let's uncover the surprising truth about cheese and your muscles. After the age of 60, your body quietly loses 1–2% of muscle every year, often without you noticing. It's like a thief stealing bricks from your house, until one day you realize even climbing a few steps leaves you breathless. The danger isn't just weakness. Sarcopenia also steals your balance, increases the risk of falls, fractures, and the loss of independence. But here's the good news. This process can be slowed, even reversed. Not with expensive drugs, but with simple foods already in your kitchen. And here's the exciting part. Just by starting with cheese number 3, many of my patients noticed stronger legs and steadier steps. So imagine what number 2 and number 1 can do. Let's find out. Number 3. Cottage cheese, the silent gatekeeper. Cottage cheese might not look exciting, but inside this humble food is one of the most reliable sources of muscle nutrition for older adults. It's loaded with high-quality protein and leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch to turn on muscle growth. On top of that, cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that continuously feeds your muscles for 6 to 8 hours, almost like a time-release shield protecting your strength throughout the day. For many seniors who struggle to chew meat or lose appetite as they age, cottage cheese is a lifesaver. It's soft, creamy, easy to digest, and doesn't require much preparation. You can enjoy it right out of the container, or make it more delicious by mixing it with fruit and a drizzle of honey for breakfast. If you prefer savory flavors, try blending it with cucumbers, tomatoes, or herbs like dill and chives. Some of my patients even swap mayonnaise with cottage cheese in tuna or chicken salad. Same creaminess, but far more nutrition. Timing matters too. Eating cottage cheese in the morning after an overnight fast helps your muscles shift from breakdown into repair mode. And if you have a small bowl before bed, the slow-digesting casein works overnight to keep your muscles from wasting while you sleep. Cottage cheese is already impressive on its own, but the next cheese doesn't just protect your muscles. It charges them with concentrated energy. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, Parmesan, the concentrated power battery. Parmesan is often seen as just a topping for pasta, but in reality, it's one of the most nutrient-dense cheeses you can eat. This aged cheese is packed with protein and calcium, yet surprisingly easy to digest because of its long fermentation process. During the 2 years of aging, Natural enzymes break the proteins into smaller, gentler fragments, making it friendlier on the stomach and nearly lactose-free. That's why even people who can't handle regular dairy often tolerate Parmesan without trouble. Here's the amazing part. A piece of Parmesan no bigger than your thumb delivers over 10 grams of complete protein and about 1/4 of your daily calcium needs. Protein helps build muscle, while calcium is like the electrical current that allows every muscle contraction in your body to happen. Without enough calcium, muscles can't fire properly, no matter how much protein you eat. What makes Parmesan especially practical is that you don't need much of it. Its bold, savory flavor means just a sprinkle can transform an entire dish. Grate it over soups or salads, melt it onto roasted vegetables, or pair small chunks with nuts or fruit as a snack. Because it's so concentrated, you use less, but still get a huge nutritional return, making it both economical and effective. If Parmesan is the power battery that keeps your muscles running smoothly, then cheese number 1 is nothing short of rocket fuel, working fast and directly right after you move your body. Let's reveal it. Number 1. Ricotta, the ultimate weapon for rapid recovery. Ricotta is different from most cheeses because it's made from whey, the liquid left over after other cheeses are produced. That's what makes it so powerful. Whey protein is the fastest absorbing protein you can eat. Within just 30 to 60 minutes, the amino acids from ricotta are already flowing into your muscles, ready to repair and rebuild. Think of your muscles like a sponge. After exercise, whether it's a walk around the block, a bit of gardening, or some light stretching, that sponge is wide open, eager to soak up nutrition. Eating ricotta during this open window allows your muscles to absorb nutrients more effectively, leading to faster recovery and noticeable strength gains. Another reason ricotta stands out is its gentle, versatile nature. It's naturally lower in salt compared to many cheeses, and its mild flavor makes it easy to pair with both sweet and savory dishes. Spread it on whole grain bread with a drizzle of honey for breakfast, mix it into creamy pasta sauces, or even whip it with cocoa and a little honey for a healthier chocolate mousse. You can also blend it into smoothies for a protein boost without even noticing the taste. I remember one of my patients, an 82-year-old gentleman, who started adding a half cup of ricotta after his daily stretching routine. Within 2 months, he went from gripping the railing to walking up the stairs confidently, without support. That's how powerful ricotta can be when combined with even light activity. But here's the catch. All these benefits can vanish if you eat it at the wrong time. So when is the golden hour to eat cheese for maximum muscle growth? The answer may surprise you. One of the most overlooked secrets in muscle health isn't just what you eat, but when you eat it. After an entire night of sleep, your body has been fasting for 7 to 9 hours. During that time, your muscles have been quietly breaking down to provide energy. That's why the very first meal of the day is so critical. It's your chance to flip the switch from muscle loss to muscle growth. The problem? Most older adults eat a very light breakfast. Maybe just toast, coffee, or tea. That might feel comfortable, but it leaves your muscles starving and accelerates the breakdown process. Over time, this daily habit compounds into weakness, frailty, and loss of independence. The solution is simple but powerful. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast. That could look like a bowl of cottage cheese with fruit and a sprinkle of fresh Parmesan. In one meal, you're giving your body both quick energy and slow-release protein to protect muscle all morning long. Timing also matters after activity. Even gentle movement, a walk, gardening, or stretching, makes your muscles more sensitive to nutrition. This is the perfect moment to have ricotta, with its fast-absorbing whey protein. Think of it as pouring water onto a dry sponge. Your muscles soak it up immediately. And don't forget the bigger picture. Distribute your protein evenly throughout the day. Instead of the common pattern of a light breakfast, a light lunch, and then one heavy protein dinner, spread it out. Your muscles can only use about 25 to 35 grams at a time for building. Anything extra simply gets wasted. Just by changing your breakfast, you can transform the way your muscles respond. Imagine turning 70 but feeling the strength of 40. It may sound unbelievable, but give it 90 days and see the difference for yourself. Imagine building a house. You can buy the best bricks in the world, but if no builder shows up, the walls will never rise. On the other hand, even the strongest builder can't do anything without materials. That's exactly how your muscles work. Protein is the brick, and movement is the builder. You need both to create lasting strength. Many older adults think, "I'm too old to exercise," or "I don't have the energy for the gym." The truth is, you don't need the gym at all. Your body doesn't know whether you're lifting a dumbbell or simply standing up from a chair. What matters is giving your muscles a reason to wake up. Simple, everyday moves can do wonders. Stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times. Do a set of push-ups against the wall, not on the floor. Lift 2 water bottles as if they were weights. Walk slowly around the house or the garden for just 10 minutes. These activities may look small, but inside your body, something powerful happens. The muscle fibers are activated, tiny signals tell your cells, "Get ready to grow," and blood flow brings nutrients right to the areas that need repair. And this is where nutrition steps in. When you eat protein, especially from cheese, within 2 hours after activity, it's like handing the builder fresh bricks at the exact moment they're ready to work. Science calls this the anabolic window, the short period when muscles are most sensitive to nutrients. Think of it as your muscles throwing the doors wide open saying, "Feed me now." If you miss this window, the opportunity isn't completely gone, but the effect is much smaller. That's why timing is so important. A short walk followed by a bowl of cottage cheese, or 10 minutes of stretching followed by some ricotta, can deliver results far greater than either one alone. In fact, research shows the combination of light resistance exercise plus immediate protein intake can restore a more youthful muscle-building response even in adults over 80. Here's the best part. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to push yourself to exhaustion. Just repeat small, steady efforts every day, and let nutrition do the rest. Over weeks and months, those tiny habits accumulate into stronger legs, better balance, and the ability to keep doing the things you love. From gardening, to carrying groceries, to playing with your grandchildren. So remember the golden rule. Move a little. Fuel a little. Repeat often. That's how you keep your muscles alive and thriving at any age. Even though cheese can be a powerful ally for your muscles, it's important to use it wisely and listen to your body. Lactose intolerance. Many older adults develop lactose intolerance as they age, which can cause bloating, gas, or discomfort when consuming dairy. The good news is that Parmesan contains almost no lactose due to its long aging process, making it very well tolerated. Cottage cheese and ricotta do contain some lactose, but far less than milk. The best approach is to start small, just a few spoonfuls, and see how your body reacts before making it a daily habit. High blood pressure. Cheese can vary widely in sodium content. Parmesan naturally contains more salt from the aging process, while ricotta is naturally lower. Cottage cheese depends on the brand. Some versions are heavily salted, others much lighter. If you have high blood pressure, always look for low-sodium options, and balance your cheese intake with plenty of fresh vegetables and fruit to keep your diet heart-friendly. Kidney health and medications. Because cheese is protein-rich, those with kidney disease or reduced kidney function should be cautious. Too much protein may place stress on the kidneys. Likewise, if you are taking blood thinners like warfarin, be aware that dairy contains vitamin K, which can interfere with the drug's effectiveness if your intake changes dramatically. The key is consistency. Don't suddenly eat a lot more cheese without letting your doctor know. Final reminder from Dr. Michael. Eat cheese to support your health, not as a passing trend. The goal isn't to follow a fad, it's to use food as a tool to stay strong, independent, and full of life. Even the healthiest cheese can lose its benefits, or even become harmful, if it's chosen or stored incorrectly. Many seniors don't realize that the way cheese is packaged, kept, and served can make a huge difference. 1. Read the label carefully. Look for short ingredient lists. The best cheeses usually contain just milk, salt, and enzymes. Avoid brands with long lists of additives, stabilizers, or artificial flavors. When you see low-fat versions, remember that they may contain less protein and more fillers. Whole milk varieties, in moderation, often provide better nutrition. 2. Freshly grated beets pre-packaged. Pre-grated Parmesan in a canister may look convenient, but it often contains anti-clumping agents and doesn't match the flavor or nutrient profile of authentic aged Parmesan. Buying a small wedge and grating it fresh not only tastes better, but delivers more benefits in smaller portions. 3. Storage matters. Never keep cheese sealed tightly in plastic for too long. It needs to breathe. Wrap it in wax paper or parchment first, then place it in a loose plastic bag or container. This prevents mold and keeps nutrients intact. For softer cheeses like ricotta or cottage cheese, store them in glass containers if possible, and always check the use-by date. 4. Watch serving sizes. Cheese is nutrient-dense, but that also means a little goes a long way. Half a cup of cottage cheese, a thumb-sized piece of Parmesan, or 1/3 of a cup of ricotta is usually plenty per serving. Spreading it throughout the day is far better than eating a huge portion at once. 5. Pair it with the right foods. Cheese works best as part of a balanced plate. Combine it with fruit for antioxidants, vegetables for fiber, or whole grains for steady energy. This not only boosts absorption of nutrients, but also keeps meals lighter and easier to digest. So let's bring it all together. Sarcopenia is the silent thief that slowly steals your strength. Cottage cheese is the quiet guardian that protects you. Parmesan is the concentrated battery that powers every muscle contraction. And ricotta is the fast fuel that jump-starts recovery. Now here's my challenge to you. Will you commit to just 90 days? 3 short months will pass no matter what. But you get to decide. Will you stay stuck, tired and weaker than before? Or will you feel the difference in your legs, your balance, and your daily energy? If you're ready, type 1 in the comments. If you're still unsure, type 0. And please share this video with a friend, a sibling, or someone you care about, because you might just give them the gift of strength and independence for years to come. And remember this: age does not decide your power. The little choices you make every day do. And today, that choice can be as simple as 1 bite of cheese.